and welcome to my channel. Here at KrystalElaineTV, we are a lifestyle channel that is dedicated to inspiring one another to living the best life and the blessed life that God has called us to live. So if you're into topics like that, then definitely make sure you subscribe before you head on out and join our family here at KrystalElaineTV. Today's video is going to be a post-holiday clean with me. So for any of you out there that have been hosting holiday parties and family gatherings over the holidays, this is the video for you. I hope it helps motivate you to clean along with me, get back organized after having your family and friends over. I know this time of year can be really hectic. This clean with me was actually filmed post-Thanksgiving. I hosted Thanksgiving for the very first time this year in my home, and so it was a little hectic in terms of the cleanup afterwards, but I felt really good after getting it done. I know watching other people clean and organize and declutter their homes really motivates me, and so I hope to do the same thing for you. So I'm gonna talk through some of the footage and kind of explain to you what I'm doing and the different techniques and tools and tips that I'm using, but I will also be inserting some fun music just for you to listen to along with me if you feel like cleaning and if you're feeling motivated to get up and clean your house or organize a certain area of your house. I encourage you to do that with me, and let's just get clean together. Okay, so these are some kind of before shots of the chaos that was my home after hosting for the holidays. So as you can see, there's just a lot of things on all the surfaces, on the counters, on the dining room table. There's just a lot of clutter. Things are out of place and need to be put back where they belong. I also had some decor out from the holidays that I needed to switch out and put back into storage. So just a lot of things that needed to be picked up before I could even get into the cleaning. So that is where I started. Okay, so one of the first things I like to do when I know I'm going to be cleaning for an extended period of time is put on some music. Alright, and then here I just wanted to show you some of my favorite cleaning products. So the first thing is the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day Baking Soda Cream Cleanser. I also love the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day dish soap. This one is the rosemary scent. I also here am showing the brush that I like to use to clean my sink out with. I do use a separate brush to do my dishes, so that's the one I use for my sink. Here is a microfiber cloth that I got from Grove Collaborative. I like to wipe down my surfaces using a microfiber cloth, so that's what this is. And then this is my all-purpose disinfectant cleaner. It's something that I make from just simple ingredients. So I will probably do a separate video on different DIY cleaners that I like to make and use around my home. Alright, so with that, I'm really just starting here in the kitchen. On this day I decided that I would just kind of stick to one room at a time. So the first thing I'm doing is just picking up all of the clutter and the things that are out of place, putting them back where they go, emptying the dishwasher, putting any dirty dishes into the dishwasher, and just kind of getting all the surfaces cleaned off so that I can go ahead and wipe everything down, get everything disinfected, and move on to the cleaning. But the first thing I had to do was clear out all the clutter, so that's what I'm doing here.
So now that all of my surfaces are cleared of all the clutter and everything is put back in its place, I am going to go through and disinfect my countertops and wipe everything down. So I like to spray all the surfaces down with my disinfectant cleaner and let it sit for a few minutes before I go through and wipe it off. So I didn't show the waiting time here just for purposes of the video, but I do spray the counters down and then let the cleaner sit just so that it can actually disinfect the surfaces before I go through and wipe it off. So that's what I'm doing here. Alright, next up is the microwave. So my microwave wasn't actually in too bad of shape, so I was able to just spray it down and wipe it out. I do sometimes put a bowl of vinegar in there and let that heat it up for about 5 minutes and then wipe it down. That kind of loosens up the any excess grit and grime that's in the microwave. I didn't have to do that this time, so I was able to just kind of wipe everything out and put the turner back in there. Okay, so moving on to the kitchen sink, I do like to clean it out at least once a week. Give it a good deep clean just to make sure there's no buildup and that the garbage disposal stays clean and doesn't start to smell. So I start with the Mrs. Meyer's cream cleanser, and then I use the dish soap as well as my disinfectant spray. I put that all in there and let it sit for a few minutes. And then as I wipe the rest of the counters down, I'm just letting that sit. And then I will come back to the sink, give it one more spray down just to make sure it's still damp enough for me to actually kind of clean it and get a good lather. And so once I do that, I'll just grab my scrub brush and just kind of scrub it down. I'll do that as soon as I finish putting everything back around it, just kind of letting all the cleansers still sit on there. But yeah, I'll grab my scrub brush and then just kind of scrub everything around to clean it out. And then once I do that, I will go through and rinse that all out with hot water and run the garbage disposal for a few seconds, and then it's done. So like I said before, I had been hosting a lot of family for the holidays, and so while normally I do like to clear all of my surfaces completely before I start the actual cleaning process, I just had so much clutter out in my kitchen this time that I was doing it in sections. And so here I was just kind of clearing off the back counter and the ledge, putting everything back and then wiping that down. And then I also like to run my diffuser whenever I'm doing like a deep clean, just to kind of freshen it up. So I was diffusing some purification and eucalyptus oils in my diffuser. So I had the kitchen pretty well cleaned at that point, and so I went ahead and got that started. And then the last thing I do is kind of go through and sweep the floors with my Dyson V8, and then I go through and mop, and I just have another DIY cleaner inside my mop that I spray on the floor. This is an extra step that I don't always do, but because I was doing a deep clean, I wanted to go through and wipe my counters off with my Caldrea spray. So I didn't show that, but it's not a disinfectant, but I like the way it smells. And so since the counters were already clean, I just went back through and wiped them down again with the Caldrea. So now moving on to the front room, kind of the dining area of the house, I am kind of just picking everything up and vacuuming the floors. There wasn't really a whole lot left in there to do, so that room only took just a few minutes, as you can see. And so then moving on to the front room, the main living area, I started by dusting all the surfaces off. I didn't have a whole lot of clutter. Things were just kind of out of place. So here I'm just kind of moving things back where they belong, folding the blankets, fluffing the pillows and the couch cushions and everything, and just kind of putting everything back in order. And then I will go through and sweep the floors with my vacuum, and yeah. And this is Coco in the middle of the floor, my 3-year-old Morky. If anybody's wondering, you've probably seen her lurking in the background throughout this video. Wherever I go, she goes. So yeah, everybody meet Coco. I'm sure you will see her in more videos in the future.
Everyone, I don't know about you, but once my house is back in order and things are in place and clean and neat and tidy, I feel so much better and less stressed, have less anxiety, and just feel better and more productive and more accomplished with myself. So I hope that this video helped inspire you, motivate you to get up and do some cleaning and organizing for yourself and your home. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more content and lifestyle related topics like this. With all that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye.